Hello everyone, and welcome to the Utility Contractor video series. I'm your host, Jim Rush, editor of Utility Contractor magazine, and in this series we explore all aspects of utility construction, including the latest in trends in equipment, legislative and regulatory updates, and what you need to know to work profitably and safely. Today we're pleased to welcome Jeff Davis with Ditch Witch. Ditch Witch, of course, is well known in the utility construction field for their line of trenchers and directional drills, as well as other support equipment. Ditch Witch has recently launched a new drill, the AT32, that we'll explore further in today's conversation. So I'd like to go ahead and welcome Jeff. Jeff, can you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and your role with Ditch Witch?
Hello, my name is Jeff Davis. I am a product manager here at the Ditch Witch organization. I've been a product manager for about 5 years now, working with downhole tools and the drills. So I've been with the company approximately 26 years. I've worked in manufacturing, I've worked in testing, training department, sales department, and now the product management department with the larger size drills that we design and manufacture.
So as we mentioned in the intro, Ditch Witch has launched the new AT32 drill. Can you tell us who would be interested in using this drill and what types of jobs it's well suited for?
So with the recent launch of the AT32, this model is a direct replacement for the AT-JT30. This unit will be used in many areas. When I say many areas, it has opportunity to drill in rural areas and urban areas. It has the power for many different types of jobs. Of course, with the AT side of it, you're going to see this model used in many aspects of work, from all your major utility company type work to your communication style works. Fiber optic is a big key pusher for the product, for one thing. With the fiber work being done, again, this unit could be taken out to rural areas and work, but it also can be taken in urban areas. Due to its size and footprint of this compact unit, it can be taken up in your housing additions and worked, putting in communications, putting in other utilities also.
Of course, when we're talking about utility equipment, everybody wants to know what's under the hood. Can you talk to us about some of the details of the AT32?
Okay, let's talk a little bit about specs of the AT-JT32. 155 horsepower, diesel Cummins Stage 5 EU compliant engine, 32,000 pounds of push and pull, 4,200 foot-pounds of outer rotational torque, and 1,200 foot-pounds of inner rotational torque. With all this power placed in the size of this drill, this is going to be a very versatile drill for us that falls in our HDD Vision lineup in the mid-size class.
So how does the AT32 fit into Ditch Witch's current lineup of drills?
The AT-JT32 is set side by side by the AT-JT40. You're going to see a lot of identical pieces, commonality of parts. I mean, there's a lot of people that say it's a little brother to the AT-JT40. That's fine. It is a little brother with a lot of power. This unit has so many commonalities of the 40 is going to be a huge piece for us and for our customer base that have multiple units of JT-AT40, JT-24 even. you're going to look at an operator platform that the commonality is almost identical. The cab on this drill is the same cab that you're going to see in the marketplace on an AT3240. Commonality of componentry is a huge piece for us, for our dealer organization, and for our customer base. The big piece about it for our customer base is a gentleman that has multiple drills with multiple operators. These operators can move from machine to machine and be able to basically operate that machine with very little issues. Commonality of componentry is a huge piece of that. What that will do for that customer is less training time that he'll have to spend with the dealer organization. For that fact, those operators can jump from machine to machine, operate it, just like each one of them, like he's been trained to do on one, he can do the same on the other. That's a key piece of this. Keeps our customer base up and running with the commonality of componentries. Ease of training. It all comes together with the commonality of components.
So this is a replacement for the AT30, but it's more than just an update. Can you walk us through some of the new features customers can look for on the AT32?
So the AT32 falls in line between the JT28 and the AT40. It is a direct replacement of the AT30. You see a model here with 32,000 pounds of push and pull, 4,200 foot-pounds of rotational torque, 1,200 foot-pounds of inner torque. Mid-size class unit, and will be very, very versatile in the industry for the work. Has capabilities of getting on small job sites, small product to be installed, okay, 2-inch, 3-inch, single phase, or single conduit, excuse me, not single phase, but a single conduit, a double conduit, a triple conduit. It also has the capabilities of jumping on the job site, pulling in 8-inch product, 10-inch product, if need be. It has 155 horsepower engine in it. It is a Stage 5 EU compliant Cummins engine.
You mentioned that the AT32 shares some features with some of the other drills in the Ditch Witch lineup. What is the advantage to the contractor by having this commonality of components?
Okay, with commonality components, another key piece of this that is great for the customer is it's more uptime. Uptime is key. Uptime is the customers on job sites working. Uptime is putting product in the ground. Uptime is making money. That is our goal here, is to less downtime, more uptime for the customer. So again, when we go back to commonality of operator stations, commonality of controls, it's all about uptime for the customer, and it's all about him putting money in his pocket.
So let's dive a little deeper into some of the components, starting with the engine.
Next key component of this, besides we've talked about the cab, we've talked about the operator's platform, we've talked about the drill pipe capacity. Again, let's just talk about the engine. The engine is a huge piece, and it's a must. Everybody knows that, but it's a huge piece in the industry to be Tier 4 final, Stage 5 compliant for the European markets, and taking the time to redesign a whole model for this engine. It's a huge upsize for us in the industry today. Again, Cummins Stage 5 Tier 4 final engine.
What are some of the other highlights of the new AT32?
So the AT32, like I stated earlier, is a direct replacement for the AT30. But this wasn't just an update. This was a ground up project, from the ground up project on new design of a unit. which falls into the Dittrich organization's HDD vision of units. So we've made a lot of great changes on this model. As you can see, starting off from the beginning, the cab, the huge cab on this model, probably the best cab in the industry today for these size drills. Comfort level, the comfort of the cab, the comfort of the operator station, it is huge. That is one big key change from what we've had in the past for an operator's cabin from an AT30 to an AT32 today. Next, let's talk about drill pipe. We've increased our drill pipe capacity on this model by 100 foot, which is huge. That is a big piece, which gives the operators, again, the capability of drilling out further without having to stop to replace a rod box. So going from 350 to 450 feet on the AT side is huge. And on the JT side, they'll have the capabilities of carrying capacity of 600 feet of drill stem on that model. Again, another huge improvement over the AT-JT30 with rod capacity on both the AT side and JT side.
In addition to the drill itself, drill fluid is a huge part of the drilling process. How has Dittrich improved the fluid system?
Okay, so to finish up about some of the features and benefits of the AT-JT32, again, let's see, we've talked the engine design change, the cab design change, drill pipe capacity, the push-pull capacity, inner rotation capacity, outer rotation capacity. We will talk about the drilling fluid. We also made a change with the drilling fluid pump on this. We went from a 50 GPM fluid pump to a 70 GPM fluid pump, which is huge for the industry. Drilling fluid is a key componentry of HDD. You must have the capacity to flow large amounts of drilling fluid when putting product in. They all go hand in hand. You can take the strongest, most powerful HDD units in the market today, and if you don't have a way to help keep the system lubricated down hole, and while removing cuttings from the hole as you cut, that you would use drilling fluid for, you could bring that unit to a standstill because it will lock you down. Most of the customers are always asking for more drilling fluid. They want more capacity, more drilling fluid, that which gives them opportunity to do larger, bigger products, to go out further and to pull in larger products. So that is another big key componentry. Again, we went from a 50 GPM fluid pump to a 70 GPM fluid pump on the AT-JT32.
Finally, can you tell us a little bit about how the torque compares to previous models?
So when we talk about the interrotational torque, we had a 50% increase in interrotational torque on the JT AT32. We went from 800 foot-pounds of inner torque from the 30 to 1,200 foot-pounds of interrotational torque on the 32. What this relates to is more production, better production with the capabilities of this unit. Again, when we talk about the increases that we've done on this drill, it's all about what we can do, how we can improve the customer's money he puts in his pocket, improve the amount of product the customer puts in the ground. It all comes back to what we can do for them, and more interrotational torque is key to better production, faster production in the drilling market. Again, name of the game is production, putting product in the ground, and putting money in our customer's pocket.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, that brings us to the end of our time today. We appreciate Jeff taking the time to talk to us about the new AT32 drill, and I'd also like to thank everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.